Good morning again from Summit 2024 in Texas, San Antonio. You see, Texas, San Antonio is very clear. Me, Claude, Rustom, and Gino Pack also.
Hey there, everybody. Nice to talk to everybody again.
Yep. And we have our Kenny, our Business Central guru. Correct? No? Okay. Our principal program manager, and we are happy to have you with us to learn from you about telemetry.
Yeah.
What is telemetry? All people are asking why I need to activate telemetry.
Yeah.
So telemetry is just usage data. It's all there is. It's a type of data. It's not the business data, your financial data and things inside Business Central. It's data about who did what when.
Okay.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's then the what can be many different things. So who ran this report? Mm-hmm. Who opened this page? Who did things in the system?
What's the difference between change log and telemetry? And is the telemetry only during the go live, or it should be always on?
It's a great question. So changelog is about the data. So you set up changelog to see who did change what when, but you also see the values, right? But with telemetry, you don't need to change data. It could also be who ran this report, which web service was called. A lot of if you look at the naming of telemetry, it's a lot about something happened. So web service called, report generated, page opened, user logged in.
Yeah. Okay.
And all of that is not in the change log. Secondly, telemetry is an API, at least the telemetry that is built into the application.
Yep.
So it's well defined, it has a documentation. We do not change it, so if you base things on telemetry data, it will stay like that, it will still work.
Yeah.
And everything we put in telemetry is what we call actionable. So if we put an event in telemetry, we expect that someone would be interested to take action on that event. Say, user login failed would be an action you would like to take an action on to maybe see why. Is it because this user is a security problem? Is it someone trying to log in? Is it just because this setting, the user tried to log in but they were deactivated? Or were they trying to access a company but they don't have access? Should they have access? Should they not? All of these are actions you can take upon that event.
Then you told us telemetry is an API. And then it will not affect any performance in Business Central. Change log, it will affect the performance sometimes.
Yeah. So you should think of telemetry as something we treat as an API. So that means that we do not change it at will. We respect that the schema must be pretty constant. That's what I mean by API. It's something you enable on an environment. So you actually, it's a new database you pay for in Azure. So you pay for the data that is ingested into that database. It's called Application Insights. And you take that connection string from that and plug it into Business Central, and now Business Central knows, I need to put these events over there.
Yeah. So now, as this data is being collected, how can you access it now?
Great question. So there are multiple options. This database has its own query language. So low level, you can just write some code and get some data. You can also take that further, and these snippets of code, you can run them in Excel, in PowerShell, in Power Automate, because this thing has a REST API, so you can use these queries and call from basically any tool, or you can apply or install a Power BI app, and that can read all of that data and aggregate a lot of insights for you without you having to do anything.
But we have pre-built Power BI report on telemetry.
We do.
Okay, and this is free for the customers? Or
it is.
Pay for it?
I say it costs between $0 and $10 a month.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It's very expensive. Okay.
No, it means that. So the Power BI needs Power BI Pro.
Yeah. Okay.
So the actual reports are free. You just need a Power BI Pro license to use them. and then you pay for the ingestion of data, and that can be, depending on how much data you put in, $10 a month or $100 a month, something like that.
But also, you told us we have a database, they build the database, and this database is accessible to build my Power BI on it. Like
Correct.
we can, all the tables are open, all the fields are open.
Correct.
What about user-defined fields? Like we created a field on top of the, we extended it.
You extended it, yes.
And is it available on the API?
So this is not the data in, so when you extend a table in Business Central, you extend the data model in Business Central and things like that.
Yep.
But that is not the data we ingest to Power BI, or to Telemetry.
Yeah.
Telemetry is the things that happen, not the actual data.
Okay.
So, but if you add a new page in an extension or an app, or new report, or if you expose new APIs in your app's extensions, any usage of these things will also be emitted to Telemetry.
Okay.
And to learn how to utilize telemetry to see, different automations people can make. Is there samples out there that Microsoft has provided to sort of show, like, okay, this is how you can actually utilize telemetry in your business?
So, in the past we had samples on GitHub.
Yep.
But recently, within the last year, we have moved most of these code samples into our documentation. So you just need one URL, which is aka.ms/BC Telemetry.
Okay.
That will take you to the documentation, and all use cases, all examples should be available there.